A train reactor spitting fire. The NFT analyzer, diving deep into projects. He's the crypto energizer. From your mint coins to tokens, he's got all the intel. Web3 wizardry to show you where to excel.
Yo, yo, yo. What up, fam? Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy back to school day in this household. Happy productive fall ahead of me. Dude, I'm happy. I'm excited. Good vibes, good news all around. Good to see you guys, by the way. Let's get into it, man. Starting with CPI numbers coming in. Inflation falls to 2.9%. This is so fascinating to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, you can't fake it here, right? You can't fake it. I'm very, very new to trying to understand the economy. I'm just going to say it. I am the least mature, the least adult in this room. I'm not going to lie about it. But I look at it as a great opportunity that as I learn, anybody here who maybe doesn't know this stuff as deeply as some of your peers out there might, you get to learn it here too, right? I used to be too embarrassed to ask questions. I don't give a shit now. I'll learn it in public. I don't care. I will ask the questions. I'm not afraid of raising my hand anymore and saying, I don't get it. We'll figure it out. And slowly but surely figuring out a lot of stuff. CPI, one of those things that more and more I'm understanding how much it impacts. I mean, man, it's the world economy at this point, but very specifically crypto, this thing that we all know and love. Good morning, Cats. Good to see you. Mike, good morning. But CPI falling to 2.9%. If Gravity were here, and I know Gravity knows this stuff like the back of his hand, so he also helps specifically, man, in my learning process. We'll see if he tunes in here. But great news. I think this was, even though they're saying lower than expectations, I think it was expected that we'd see that number decline. Probably keeps us from getting any type of emergency cut. There's no need for it now with things trending in the right direction here. But that means we're still on pace for rate cuts in September, which will be fantastic, especially for crypto here. So really, really looking forward to that. I'll start asking questions here, and I ask them out loud in case people know. And these are things that I'm also, again, I'm researching, I'm learning. CPI fell in July to 2.9, lower than the expected 3%. It's the number we saw last month, according to the Consumer Price Index. All right, that figure represents a decrease from the previous month's 3% core CPI, which excludes volatile food and energy. And I got to ask you guys, I'm not even kidding. I barely leave my house. I don't know what food costs right now or even gas prices. Up, down? How do you guys feel that's been in the past month here? I'm curious. I don't know. I don't hear that that's getting any better out there. So the other things that are being measured, housing, things like that, down. Month over month, actually up, though. And this is what, it doesn't confuse me. It's interesting to me. I'm learning. Is that CPI numbers, it's a rolling 12 months. Is that correct, guys? Meaning July can still be up, yet CPI shows lower. That's my reading of it. I'm telling you, man, I'm fascinated by this. All in all, though, it's numbers people were looking for, we're hopeful for. We got them. We still have the UK's CPI coming in. We still have some big earnings coming later this week. Alibaba, Walmart. They're big ones. Again, a good temperature check of the economy here. All leading into rate cuts coming in just a few weeks here. And in theory, guys, hopefully leading to this ecosystem, this crypto market absolutely ripping. And that's my thoughts, guys. You know my predictions here. The slow couple weeks, slow couple months, but September really puts us on a special path. And I'll say this, even if we don't see that, we don't see the results in the market immediately, I got October circled. I literally do. I have a calendar. I literally have October circled. And I write October in it because that's exactly what I'm expecting. Exactly what I'm expecting, guys. Let's see how crypto is reacting to the news. And actually down, guys, in the past hour since CPI was released, down almost 3% here. Bitcoin at 59,000. ETH down 3%, 2,600. Solana down 2%, 146. again, were people expecting it? Was the lower CPI priced in? Is it kind of a sell the news event, or is it not enough of a decline to actually move this market? People know we have a few weeks to go towards rate cuts, and that's probably the most likely scenario here. But part of me wonders too, are other people focused on the fact that on a monthly basis we're actually up? CPI is up 0.2%. So 0.3% in the past 2 months here. Do people focus on that? Again, I don't know. It's a whole other class of trader that plays off those numbers. So it's things I'll ask out loud. It's things I'll research and learn. But it is interesting to see the market reacting like this. And how does it impact the NFT market? To me, it really doesn't. Other than when people are feeling optimistic about crypto and the broader economy, they get a little spendy, right? And that's all of us. I can raise my hand. I'm a little guilty of this. When I'm feeling good, I'm a lot more spendy. I'm sure some of you guys in the same camp here. But when I'm feeling good, when I'm optimistic, I'm a little more spendy, a lot more spendy. I'll be honest. My Amazon order history, I wouldn't be proud to show that off. Again, when things are cooking, when things are rocking. But right, it's because I'll have confidence at that point that, hey, I'll do this and I'll probably be in good shape next month, whether it's from crypto, from whatever. But it is what it is. NFTs, people aren't spending unless they're feeling very confident. They are luxury items, and don't let people fool you into thinking they're anything else other than that. They're luxury items. You buy these for fun when you're feeling happy and content and you're feeling like you have a solid foundation here. Man, when you have got some uncertainty about where the market's going, you're not buying a damn NFT. None of them. None of them. Now, that's unless you've set yourself up properly, right? And you've kept yourself liquid, and you're playing the market probably like you should play it. You buy them when nobody else is, when they're cheap, when prices are down. And speaking of which, I do want to carve out time today to look at floor prices over on Magic Eden. I'm really curious where we're at, also peeking at the Runes ecosystem. Curious where we're at right now because I am just sensing, I'm smelling some opportunities out there. I am. But yeah, let's peek at the NFT market. I want to talk some really great developments more on the technical front. Actually, I don't know if I'd call it that, but surrounding wallets and integrating blockchain technology, man. Just some great news this morning about building. And it's happening over on Base. And it's happening across blockchains. And I'm talking about MetaMask. Some great news coming out today. We've got a MetaMask credit card, guys. That's so damn cool. I would proudly IRL go shopping with my MetaMask credit card. Damn straight I would, man. It'll be, yeah. I'm itching for that day where I get one of those in my wallet. Abso-freaking-lutely. Here we go, though, guys. Bored Apes, your king of NFTs at the moment here in the rolling 24 hours. Bored Apes at the top, 800,000 in sales. Sales up over 500%. Ooh, spicy. I need to peek at that. Sometimes, I'll just say it, sometimes the Bored Ape ecosystem, well, some in that ecosystem, some in that community get tipped off with a little early info, and it can send them soaring volume-wise, right? I wonder if they got a little something coming. I wonder. I still, for whatever reason, guys, I'm not expecting Hudah to be completely silent this year on the NFT front, right? I'm not going to be shocked. Look, this is probably a little controversial, but I'm not going to be shocked if we see a Hudah mint this year still. Again, might sound crazy. I won't be shocked. Hudah's got a knack for making splashy moves and doing, I would say, some unexpected things. I would not be shocked to see a Hudah mint this year. Cheap mint, super accessible. Granted, guys, they have a fuck ton of assets in that ecosystem now. You know, what could that be? Look at the Doodles ecosystem, some type of pass. And I'll tell you this, we're not going to get into this today, but look more specifically in proof in that little world for where a pass could actually be useful. It's a world of content. So look at what the Doodles are doing with their Season Pass 1 for Doodles TV. Get you access to music videos, and there will be more content. They have a short animation coming out in just, I think, a month here, actually. expect that same thing to happen over in the Proof ecosystem, which is owned by Yuga Labs now. I'm expecting some type of pass coming from that ecosystem. So that's kind of it. No more bold predictions there because we just do not know yet. But with the Proof ecosystem, they kept on those editors, those content creators. I think we're going to see some interesting content there. Again, under the Yuga Labs umbrella. So really, really interesting. D-Market, guys, still cooking. Still cooking. And on the week, guys, around 10 million in sales. So D-Market, absolutely on fire still. Sorare, Friday, guys, kicks off their 24-25 season of fantasy soccer. So, of course, people buying packs, shopping for the perfect lineup here, getting their fantasy roster all squared away. Man, they got great prizes over there. So if you're into fantasy sports, and I'll say this, if you dabbled maybe in the DraftKings ecosystem, RIP, no longer exists. But if you dabbled there, I guess the only place left to do that is Sorare for officially licensed sports collectibles. It's Sorare. So Sorare cooking. It's been since the DraftKings announcement of shutting down their product, their Rainmakers product. But again, also because they're kicking off their new season. So Sorare just, man, on fire too. Guild of Guardian Heroes, D-Gods, on fire as well. I'm really happy to see that, by the way. CryptoPunks, and I got to skip those Polygon collections. I think you guys know why. Yeah, volume in general kind of low. But I am happy seeing like your more traditional NFTs, your PFPs, your collectibles. They're all represented here. There is some movement. Again, we'll peek at. Actually, you know what? Let's get to that real quick. Floor prices. Let's get to that before we get to wallet tech, the MetaMask credit card. That'll be the meat of today. By the way, this show will end so started late, ending a little early. Hey, I'm a working man, and we have some cool shit to put in front of you later today. So we got some meetings coming up and some big things that we're planning for. So a little shorter show today, but a show nonetheless. All right, here we go, guys. Bored Apes up to an 11 ETH floor. Seriously, something's going on in this ecosystem. These guys were 9 ETH earlier in the week, I believe at this point, right? Yeah, I think they were under 10 ETH. Something's going on in that Yuga ecosystem. I don't know what exactly. Also, a lot of green in the ETH ecosystem, too. So, almost up across the board, but something with Yuga. Again, Spidey sense tingling here. Just a light tingle. Very, very light baby tingle, but I don't know. Something there. Pudgy's up. Milady. Again, I still think this idea, this thing I've noticed of Bored Apes and Miladies usually moving in opposite directions. In a way, it applies when Milady's up just a touch. Just a touch. But Bored Apes cooking again. Mutants cooking too. My goodness. Mike, Arsic flying. Yeah, and again, we have to peek at runes because some of those runes are also cooking. Arsic announcing season 2. Hey, I'm glad I've got a little bag of Arsic. And I've got their ordinal as well, which, is kind of your miner. You basically accrue that token from holding those bad boys. So glad I'm in that ecosystem. I'm not writing them off. I never would. I think that's a very legit team of builders over there. All in all, again, a really, really solid day for NFTs here. Unrelated to CPI, by the way, because NFTs were up before that. Again, unless people are aware ahead of time that CPI was coming in lower. Could be. Actually, in a big way, that's how things work. I'm saving the best for last. Bitcoin's my favorite at this point. We'll get to them at the tail end here. But D-Gods over on Sol also cooking up 24% here in the past day. Wow. And that's the D-Gods, by the way, that we saw in the collection rankings, right? It wasn't the ETH D-Gods. It was the Solana D-Gods there at number 5. So Solana looking strong too. Mad Lad's a little news. These guys getting a little airdrop. An IRL airdrop, by the way. They're getting a bottle of champagne. That's absolutely incredible. I love that. So yeah, Mad Lad holders at some point here in the very near future are going to be able to register, like provide a mailing address and get a bottle of champagne in the mail, leading up to a token drop. Now, let me clarify that too, guys. It's not a Mad Lads token drop. but it is someone dropping a token that's going to Mad Lad holders. Really, really cool. I'd love to see more of that, by the way, the IRL gifts. People popping champagne, on the timeline. I mean, obviously, people are going to put their phones up, record themselves, and popping those bottles of champagne. And hopefully, and I'm assuming here, getting rained on with this VIN token. Yeah, really, really cool. Again, I would love to see more of that. I would love to see Pudgy Penguins, man, send out some toys to their holders, right? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Getting this stuff more in the physical world, I like it. And then over on the Bitcoin side, price is way up. Man, wow. Wow, I'm looking at this at the same time as you guys. Node Monk's up almost 15% here. Puppet's up 18%. Spicy. Well, great. With that said, fam, still think we got a slow couple of weeks ahead of us. I do. Slow couple of weeks before we get those rate cuts. And even that, I'm not sure if that moves the market yet. It could. It could. I don't want to dismiss it, but it's October, November, December, where I think things really start moving. That said, grain of salt there. This stuff can start cooking at any time. Maybe this is the start. Maybe it is. And I'm not, let me tell you, I'm not trying to influence anybody buying anything. It's just, I'm sharing my thoughts. Of course, I'll tell you when I'm buying. Man, even Promethean's up. Wow. Up 61%. Great to see it. Kong's with a little bit of news, too. There's a manga site. Off the top of my head, cannot remember the name of the site, but very, very mainstream manga platform. God, anybody remember the name of it? Jeez, trying to remember it, but listed on this platform and ranked number 10 on the week there, which is incredible. Good to see for those guys. Of course, that's around their Genkai ecosystem, which is over on Ronin, right? So Kong's at this point, too, on 4 blockchains, man. Polygon, ETH, Ronin, Bitcoin. They're kind of everywhere right now. Great to see. And then, Mike, Arsic cooking. Let's peek at runes. All right, you guys can see that, I hope. Let me zoom in a little. I don't want to cut off market cap. There we go. That works. That works. Dog hanging on to that 300 million market cap level. Great to see. And also, man, these guys were 900 mil plus not too long ago. Broader Runes ecosystem, over an $800 million market cap at this point. So I know Leonidas from the dog community, the founder of Dog, he's calling the bottom, or I should say the bottom was in about a week ago, and we've had a strong rebound since then. Have to agree. I absolutely agree there. Arsic looking great, Dog looking solid. All in all, still low. And so when I talk about where I see opportunities, man, I got to say, definitely seeing opportunities over in the Runes ecosystem. Decentralized now, $12 million market cap, up almost 20%. Yeah, looking pretty damn solid here, guys. Who's in Arsic, by the way? Mike, I'm assuming you're in Arsic if you're bringing it up. But who else in Arsic? Who else is looking at, focusing on Runes here? I see some opportunities. All right, some cool news this morning. I'm telling you, man, I really, really like this one. MetaMask. Here we go. Partnering with MasterCard and banks. And they're releasing a credit card in the UK, in the EU. Lets you spend your crypto, guys. IRL. Go to the supermarket. Spend your crypto with this credit card or debit card. Oh, it's pretty killer. Now, consider it kind of like a pilot or at least a limited release here to start. Just a few thousand users. Oh, they are calling it a pilot too, so okay, spot on there. But there we go. A few thousand users get to use this. And it sounds like right around now, later this year, a much more broad release, which is great. I hope it's here in the States, by the way. It absolutely uses. Absolutely would. Okay, so you can make purchases with USDC, USDT, and wrapped ETH over on this L2 named Linea. Not super familiar with Linea, by the way. Funny enough, I go in MetaMask, and it's one of your options to select when you're toggling between blockchains. I've never used it. I was never really aware of what it's for. I got to peek, though. Okay. in the consensus ecosystem, as is MetaMask. So that makes a ton of sense. That there's an integration with the card and the Linea blockchain. That makes a lot of sense. Man, really great, really big for crypto adoption. Linea, do they have NFTs? Man, that's probably an ecosystem we should put some time into at some point. I would assume, yeah, there's NFTs. Okay. I was going to say, there's got to be NFTs there. A blockchain that coming from consensus or again, some kind of consensus integration. This is not a consensus blockchain. I mean, that's that's basically Ethereum. There we go. There we go. Get a little Kongish here. But man, a really, really great step here this year. One of those great announcements that shows, man, building isn't always here directly on chain. Some of the building here is pushing IRL. And that's a direction we absolutely need to be growing here. So here we go. Your debit card, pay with your crypto. And what I really like is spending your USD, your stables. The good thing here is in 5 or 10 years, we're not going to hear horror stories of people who spent the equivalent of millions of dollars on like a pizza, right? We hear those stories all the time back on Bitcoin, like the infamous pizza purchase. One of the very first ever Bitcoin financial transactions, right? Thousands of Bitcoin spent on some pizzas. Yikes. You don't got to worry about that here when you're just spending your stables, man. So love it. And this will be honestly the new norm. Now, what is that going to look like? Is that going to look like the same credit cards integrating more blockchains? Does it look like more blockchains finding their own separate partnerships? Right? And then you've got a wallet full of all kinds of debit cards. I imagine it's going to look a lot like it looks today, right? Which is multiple cards sitting in your wallet, each of them accessing a different bank account or a different credit line. But man, the more you centralize this stuff, yeah, I'm using kind of a dirty word for this space, but the more you centralize these things, honestly, the easier, and it is where it's heading. Especially on Coinbase, which again, I don't want to look at that word centralized as dirty, because in this case, it's definitely not, man. It's definitely not. It's really opening things up all through, again, one central asset. And in the case of Coinbase, it's their wallet. Man, that wallet's going to be incredibly powerful. Man, Coinbase making a lot of news here the past couple days, by the way. If we have time, we can get into more of what they're cooking, but a lot of Coinbase-related news here. But this is what I'm focused on. If we're talking about wallet tech and how you can use your crypto in more ways than one, right? Not just trading meme coins, not just buying and selling NFTs, but actually living your life using this stuff, man, see it right here. So Jesse Pollock from Base, this is what they're building, and this is coming up in the next year, guys. A universal on-chain wallet, everything in one. Look at that, your info, which is your email, your phone, your address, your socials, all plugged into your wallet. Again, we dabble in each of those right now, but man, we're really starting to build around that. Funding, right? So going back to the credit card, the debit card, again, your crypto wallet itself, being able to spend on chain here. Your KYC'd on Base, right? So you KYC, you don't have to go through other platforms and KYC individually. You're KYC'd right on your wallet. Which again, just makes this all so much more seamless. And then on-chain activity, I'm trying to understand what exactly they mean by that, separate from what I just mentioned there. But look at that, man. Everything all in one. They're on the Base blockchain. Actually, I'll walk that back. It's not even the Base blockchain. If this is truly an all-in-one wallet, it's multi-chain. And that's absolutely where these guys are going. I mean, that's very much like, picture the Magic Eden wallet. That's where they're at now. Man, tech's just getting better and better and better. And I think we underestimate how important these kind of steps are. Right? Something like this. I think we underestimate how big of a deal it is to be able to spend your crypto just going to the supermarket, just doing your everyday shopping. But there it is. That's growing. That's building. Now, okay, I'm going to dig through the Magic Eden account because they've had some innovations here more recently too. Obviously, bridging your money across, I think at this point, 5 blockchains through the Magic Eden wallet. Polygon Base, ETH, Solana, Bitcoin. If you've not used it, I can just tell you, man, how much easier it's made my life here. Swapping Bitcoin for Sol, swapping Bitcoin for ETH, swapping between those tokens, bridge into those chains. Incredible stuff, guys. Incredible innovations. Again, it doesn't really get that much attention because it's not flashy, right? It doesn't move the needle. You're not getting rich based on that, but it's sure as hell making your life easier. And then think back to when you guys got into crypto and NFTs and the hurdles, all of us, man, and some of you guys that I know here. Like the war rooms we've joined together, VCs over in Discord. Just talking through the tech, figuring out how to get money from one chain to another and swapping this token for that. And man, what a pain that used to be. And it's not anymore. It's not because of those innovations, man. It's great, great stuff. Love to see it. So I'm digging on the side, by the way, guys, on the Magic Eden wallet account. It looks like they primarily communicate through the Magic Eden, the main account. Their updates aren't really through here, which is kind of a bummer. And I don't really want to go dig through their whole timeline. It's going to be tricky to find. But again, a lot of updates from the Magic Eden wallet as of late. And a lot of that having to do with those cross-chain swaps. So love to see it, man. Those guys building too. Just bigger, better. All that. Now, on base, I'm going to give you guys a heads up here. Who collected the free base NFT last year? Cats, I'm so with you. Cats was one of those guys. Yeah, not going to lie, those Discord chats, some of my favorite memories in Web3. Dude, we've been in those together. Dude, I mean, Big Mint comes up and it's the gang hopping in VC, and it's not just us minting together, which is a blast too, right? Like, who doesn't love that? But it's, guys, I'm so busy. I've been at work all day, like, and you don't want to miss something. Like, how do I do it, man? We all got in VC, which, by the way, I recommend you guys, if you don't have a group of people you do that with, right? If you're part-time here, you work a regular job, God bless you. I don't know how people do it, first off. But you have to find a group to be able to do this stuff with. You're at such a disadvantage if you're not. Right? You're going to miss a mint if you have to bridge money over to some other blockchain, some platform. Picture Polymarket. Just an example. We didn't have to do a war room for that, but picture the Donald Trump X interview earlier in this week, and we saw those bets. Is Trump going to say Bitcoin? Is he going to say crypto? And you want to go and make that bet, and maybe time's running out, but you got to get your bet in by a certain time. And you've no idea how to do it. How do I bridge it? How do I convert my money from ETH to Matic or ETH to, USDC? All that. Man, and if you're just doing that on your own, again, you can do it. A bunch of smart people here, but better believe you can do it about 20 times faster with a group of people. You can, and that's exactly what we did, Cats. It's exactly what we used to do and still will do, right? When we need to, we will. When we get to, get myself excited here. When we get to mint season, which, guys, we're going to get to mint season again in NFTs, no doubt in my mind. When we get to mint season, we'll be right back in the war rooms. Which I can't wait, by the way. Again, Cats, some of my favorite memories too, so. Can't wait for that. We'll probably need to be chatting soon about Bitcoin over on Coinbase. Maybe in those war rooms. Let me finish up this point though, guys. If you have the what is it? Based here, let me peek at OpenSea. Based what the hell is the name of that NFT? Oh, there it is. Based introduced. Yeah, these were cool. Again, a free claim, and if not free, was the tiniest little fee here. But Based introduced NFTs. I believe it was one claim per wallet. So a lot of people I know set up multiple wallets and claimed a bunch of these. if you have these sitting in your wallet, you get to claim this base token. Awesome. Great way to get your token distributed. Last I saw, do I have the chart up still? Yes. 20,000 holders of this token, guys. And I would not underestimate this one right now just because the market cap is decently low. 4.5 mil. That based ecosystem, and especially meme coins, are going to cook over there. They really, really are. I mean, I'm not going to promise you it's this coin. I'm definitely not. But can you imagine that 2 years down the road that we do not have a token on Base that's named Base that doesn't have a $500 million market cap? Again, maybe a crazy number. We could do 1 million. We can do 100 million. We could do 200 million. Can you picture that we do not have a Base token with a $100 or $200 million market cap? I don't see that scenario. I don't. Now, it doesn't mean it's this token, but a pretty damn strong start having a Base token with 20,000 freaking holders, guys, with something like 300,000 wallets that are eligible to claim this token. I got my eyes on this one, and I'm not ruling out buying a bag of this. At a $50 million market cap, you got yourself more than a 10x. You got a 20x getting to 100 mil. Again, you could do the numbers at that point, but super interested in this one, like super interested. And also going to claim, I've held off, I'm trying to be smart here, held off claiming because I didn't trust the account, to be honest. I'm not in the habit of connecting my wallet and claiming, and it is in my primary wallet, right? Like bad practices, but I claimed this on my main wallet. I guess I claimed it because it was coming from Coinbase, right? Or Base directly, the Base blockchain. Was definitely okay with claiming it. And let me clarify too, guys, this isn't directly from Coinbase or the Base blockchain. This is a group of regular people who dropped a token. So with that said, I didn't claim. I just needed to make sure that link and the site here was kosher. I'm pretty damn sure it is. No, Doug, not an airdrop, by the way. It is a claim. People out there have said airdrop, and it's not. You got to claim it at that point. You know, they drop it to your wallet. But yeah, it is a claim. So you do have to connect your wallet. And again, I hesitate, man. I just don't want to connect. You could say I'm not a very trusting person. This year, finally, I got, right? I had one of my wallets drained of a little pudgy. So I'm a little more careful with what I connect. But I may do it here. Now, man, I wish I knew about this earlier and could have put it on your radars, because if you did this early enough, each NFT got you 250,000 Base tokens. It's a lot. It's a lot. At this point, it's down to 25,000 per. And I might recommend, guys, looking at this in DYOR, right? Do your own research. Make sure everything is kosher for you, before you claim. But I do imagine the way they're dropping the claim amount, it may go down to 2,500 before long, right? It's 25,000 now you get per NFT. I won't be shocked to see that drop to 2,500. So personally, yeah, I'd like to get this rocking today. I just want to see, from a good trusted source that it's legit. I've seen enough. I'm pretty darn confident this is totally okay. But I don't want to say that definitively for you guys, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt by this stuff. So definitely check it out yourself. Make sure that this has been vetted. In fact, guys, normally when we have a big token drop or claim like this, you have a guy like OX Quit. Some of these smart devs who go and they vet the contract, and they usually put out a tweet saying it's okay. In fact, maybe a good time to peek at Quit's account. Maybe he has. Again, he used to do this all the time, especially when things were cooking and people were moving so fast. He checked the contract, he'd explain it, and he'd tell us if it was okay. Yeah, he doesn't tweet as much now. But I'd love to see a guy like Quit tweeting out that, that he's audited that contract before I go claim. That said, seems to be okay. And I do think this has got some room to cook. Kind of makes me, I just for a little perspective, I want to peek at Base and see what's the biggest meme coin over there. If anybody knows, I'm curious. Miggles has got to be up there. But other than that, Brett, I think Brett's one of their top tokens. But I want to get some perspective here. Like, what's the top coin over there right now? Helps us project how high this could go. Maybe in the short term, again, long term, when Base is just this massive mainstream platform blockchain, and I think it'll get there. I don't know. Again, I could see that being a pretty major token. So we could sort this by liquidity. That'll help us. Again, just trying to find the top coins over on Base. Sort by liquidity. I'm hoping there's a market cap tab that I could swap for. Or, excuse me, sort by. Yeah, there we go. Total market cap, yeah. Yeah, very similar. If I sort by liquidity, going to give me a good indicator of the top coins. Okay, so Arrow, $786 million market cap. Okay, your next token, though, after Arrow, and I'm not super familiar, but WLIF? Oh, I'm sorry. Bad eyes. I think Wolf. Is that Wolf? Woofy. Okay. Man, Base does not have any major meme coins yet, and it will. It will. This is why I see such great opportunities there. We've seen some potential here. Market cap of Woof here, 115 mil. I mean, again, it's a 20x. It's actually more than that. It's like a 25x for Base to get up there. $4 million market cap right now. Wait, guys. This can't be totally right. Because Miggles, I believe, has got a higher market cap. At least in Base right now. Unless things have changed there really significantly. Yeah, 34 mil. Okay. And again, Brett. So, yeah, maybe whatever I'm looking at is not spot on, or I'm not sorting it the right way here. I'll fuck with that on my own time, okay? Because, yeah, I'd expect to see Brett up here. Keep your eye on that token. I'll just say that. Lemon, GM, sir. Good to see you, man. Yeah, keep your eye on that token. I wouldn't dismiss that. Something interesting, especially if you got some of those NFTs. I think I've got 2 or 3. Definitely 2. I'm just checking one of the many little throwaway wallets I've made over the years here. But I'll claim 50,000 token. Man, yeah. Yeah, I want it. Actually, what's that worth? Hang on. We'll move on from this in a quick second. What's that worth? Am I retiring? I doubt it, but maybe. Keep your eye, guys. Also, there's not going to be time to get to this today, but CBBTC. I'll just say this. I don't know if this is a scam coin or not. I don't know yet. Looking at price here. Damn. Worth very, very little. Okay, CBBTC. Coinbase earlier today. Actually, this is yesterday. Let's see if I got the tweet here. But they tweeted out CBBTC. We're going to get wrapped Bitcoin over on Base. They're going to have a whole very robust Bitcoin ecosystem here. And I saw Udi's tweet from Taproot Wizards, giga bullish on this, right? What was his tweet? It was Bitcoin Season 2. It was Bitcoin Season 2, responding to CBBTC. Yeah, Base and Bitcoin. Now, my only question here with this, are you actually buying wrapped Bitcoin? Again, I have to understand and learn this. It's so new. Are you actually buying wrapped Bitcoin? If so, I'm tempted. I'm absolutely tempted. Only a $1.7 million market cap here too, by the way. Very few holders. Again, I'm wondering if this is somebody taking advantage of the attention on CBBTC right now, and if this is honestly, again, guys, like a pure scam coin. I don't know. Don't go buy this. Right? Go to DYOR again. Dive into CBBTC, which I hope to do today as well. But I'm looking for opportunities, and I know for certain, this is a certainty, as certain as you can be, right? 99.9%, that the Base meme coin ecosystem, it's going to have its turn in the spotlight. Everything we've seen on Pump.Fun, we're going to see it over on Base. We will. Same kind of energy. I believe that. I believe it, guys. Mostly because the fees. What they're missing on Base, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it's culture. They're missing culture. They don't have it. Right? Base feels... here's a word I've used to describe Base lately. It feels sterile, doesn't it? Like texting seems totally fine. They got products, they got tools, they got all these platforms, but man, they're missing, they're missing that degen thing, but even that's not the right word. It's just that it feels corporate and sterile, and it doesn't have that little cool factor to it. So that, to me, is what really holds it back. Now, that will change. People start making money on base. Better believe that brings everybody, including those degens. And that's where the culture comes to. You bring those degens in, you get them to stay. Get them playing around in this ecosystem, man, the culture comes. That's how you build it. Right now, a lot of stuff being built over on, like Farcaster, stuff like that. But it also has that sterile feel, right? So, it's a great product. I do like it, by the way. Warpcast, I really like it. Right, kind of a more modern X or Twitter. I like it a lot, but still feels sterile. Doesn't feel like super degen and cool. Oh my goodness, guys. I just looked at the clock. I got to bounce. I got a meeting. Dude, it's that kind of day. Again, we got some cool announcements for you guys. ZK Crow. No, but Doug, I would like to hear. Oh, dude, interesting. Doug, would you mind dropping me a DM just with maybe a link to it or something? Hit me, Hudah_idiot. I would love to check that. We could cover that tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, dude, Bohm Chain launched. There's some interesting stuff happening. Yeah, if you get a chance, DM me that. I would love to check. Yeah, and by the way, guys, again, sorry, late start. A little all over the place on the show today. And again, having to boogie early on you. But again, some cool stuff cooking. I cannot wait to share. Afternoon show, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on SlamX Official on YouTube. It's SlamXIO over on X. We got Joe diving into VFriends, into VCon. Hear about his time hanging with Gary, what he saw, what he's excited about, maybe a little more alpha about future plans for VFriends. And, of course, Henry the Great from the CyberKongs. Looking forward to hanging with those guys, hanging with you guys. Again, appreciate your patience with this show today. I'll see you in just a bit, guys. See you.